Já, hjartalega velkomin í nýjasta þátt af hlaðarpinu. Það er Óttalega Bello sem færir þér hlaðarpið. Mælum með að fólk kíki út í næstu verslanir. Við viljum ekki vera með við viljum bara vera með góðar varir. Við skulum bara orða það þannig. Og ég fer í Netto til þess að kaupa mína varasala. Það er að kaupa vegan varasala, það er að kaupa jarðaberja varasala, sá ég ykkur staðar, og bara venjulega og bleika og græna og ég veit ekki hvað og hvað. Bara út í næstu verslun og hopp út í þetta. En hingað til mín komin góðu gestur allavega sem ætlar aðeins að fara yfir bæði svona tímann sinn á Íslandi og auðvitað líka því þetta er hlaðvarpið, þá ætlum við líka að fara yfir tímann í and I'm gonna switch over to English now because although I could speak to you in Spanish, I maybe the listeners would want to hear that. Renato Punyed, are you good?
Yeah, I'm good. I don't know if it's working.
Yeah, it's good. Yeah. Just like how is because we're gonna jump into later, but just a little bit brief now. It's good when we're doing good in the league, but we're on a good streak and stuff like that.
Yeah, it's always good, to talk about the team you're in when you're on a good streak.
Yeah.
So that's very important, especially newly coming back to Lenkjuden to this level.
Mm-hmm.
I think we're doing well. Just have to take it game by game.
Yeah, I agree. We'll go into that a little bit later, but let's start with your career, because we're just gonna talk to you because you obviously played for the year back in 2017 with Atto as manager.
Yeah.
But first, you came to yfir in 2016.
Yeah, 16 ending into 17.
Yeah.
I played college, university.
Mm.
I did 3 years in the US in Division 1 college and decided to follow my brother to Iceland.
Yeah, you played with Pablo in
yfir. Yeah, but I first went knocking on doors and I went to Leiknir, to other teams, Fylkir I think, and some trials or some stuff, and we did a tournament, and that's where the coach at the time from yfir saw me, and he asked my brother if I would go for a trial. And I went to yfir and it went well. Signed with them a 1-year contract, and then things didn't go as planned, let's say, my time there, but I learned a lot as a, not so much as a player but as a person, and having to have that understanding of having patience and knowing that sometimes it is what it is, And
you were 22 years old there.
Yeah, 21.
Yeah.
And I asked to go on loan, and they said no, the first part.
Okay.
So then I just kind of had to hold it in and just keep training, and I felt like I was doing really well. I felt like I deserved a lot more minutes than what I got.
Yeah.
But we had a really good team.
Yeah.
A really, really good team in paper, and the type of players we had in IBV.
Yeah.
But I ended up going on loan to Ír to help them stay in Ingasso at the time, Lenkjuden.
But they won the cup that year.
Yeah.
yfir.
Yeah, but we finished in 10th.
Yeah, so you nearly got relegated as well.
Nearly relegated,
but you
win the cup.
Played a game in the cup, so you got
I played 3 games in the cup.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So you got a medal or?
Yeah, technically I won the
Did
cup.
you go to the Lögarsvöllur when they?
Yeah, I went on the pitch and
really?
Yeah, I was in the locker. We celebrated. Yeah.
As a Ír player.
Yeah, I was already in Ír when yfir reached the semi-final.
Yeah.
Of the cup.
Okay.
So I didn't play or was with IBV semi-final or the final.
Yeah. Then you came to Ír, because Ír is the theme of this. How was going to Ír that? Why did you, and how did it happen? Did you go to Ír?
The coach at the time in yfir, Christian, had contact with Ado.
He is Christian Guðmundsson. Yeah, I think. He is from Ír.
Yeah, but now he is coaching the women.
Yeah.
And he had contact with Ado, and Ado told him he liked what he saw from me, because we played a friendly against Ír in the preseason.
Yeah.
Or a preseason cup.
Yeah.
And I did really well against Ír.
Okay.
And I think he just got stuck with that. So I ended up coming to Ír.
Yeah.
And yeah.
Yeah, just because going back to that time, how is how is year different then to now or now to then? Like, is it like the yeah? Do you see any difference or anything like that? Just in
of
the
course,
culture
of course. I mean, I think the whole culture has changed a bit in a positive way.
Yeah.
Like I see it a little bit more professional and taken a bit more serious to what the goal is for the club, not just the football, but everywhere. Like the women, the basketball, the handball, everything. And you can see with the facility, like when I was here in 2017, the facility was just getting constructed, the indoor hall and all of that. So at that time we didn't have that. And that makes a big difference, you know. You can train year round and stuff like that. So yeah, there is a big difference. And also, like, I was new to Iceland, so I didn't even know how to say takk fyrir, you know. Knowing a bit more of the Icelandic culture and everything, I think I'm a bit more like united to the guys now and stuff like that. At that time,
experienced in the
correct
every way.
Being able to have played in this same league already 3 times and stuff, like, I come with a bit more of that tranquility to be able to be with the guys and all of that. But there is a difference, and the board as well. I think they're pushing it to the right direction, and considering the funds that they have and the stability that there is in the club, I think they're doing a really good job.
Yeah, but you obviously were a player under Otto. I had how did you like playing for him?
Otto, I actually liked that. I thought he let you have your creativity. He wasn't so strict on that, you know. He had his way of playing that maybe we didn't see eye to eye in the moment, but he did allow creativity, and he did allow
the players to get freedom. And
also at the time I came, it was just like we just had to win at all costs because the club was on the verge of relegation. So so it was at the time that I came, it was a very delicate time. Players were already upset. There was already some distance between some guys and the coach and so forth, you know. So it was really difficult to come into a team mid-season and be asked to help them stay up.
Just jump in right away and just do a difference. And
my first game was in Thor as well, in Akureyri. So it was a bit of a travel for my first week there.
0-0, But you scored 1 goal.
Yeah, against Keflavik.
Yeah, do you remember? I think I talk about that game in every podcast I have here. But do you remember that game?
Yeah, of course.
The offside.
Yeah.
Oh.
Yeah.
Jesus.
I mean, that game, we were playing against Keflavik, who was number 1 in that time.
Yeah, they went up.
And we started off winning, I think 2-0 or 1-0, and then
they were 1-0 up, and we managed to get 2-1 up before halftime.
Yeah, 2-1.
And you scored the 2-1.
I scored the 2-1
before halftime.
Correct.
Yeah.
Very similar to the goal I scored against Grindavik. It was a rebound off
the Grindavik. Yeah, it was a rebound. Yeah. Well, Jesus, we'll get to that later. I have to talk about that goal for a little bit. But okay, because just we'll maybe talk about that time a little bit later. But like, you then didn't went to any Icelandic club after that.
No, I tried to re-sign with yfir.
Yeah.
Things didn't go as planned, or it was a bit like I said at that time, the board wasn't. I think they just couldn't control everything that was happening. It was a bit too much of a disaster going around everywhere, and so I left the country. I left Iceland. I parted ways with yfir. I was a bit upset, you know. I didn't play much and stuff like that, so I was naive. I was younger, and I just I went to Norway's 3rd division, and I was there for 2 years. And that was honestly one of my best times because I was fully fit. I got called up to the national team, being in Norway, and that was a new experience. And then everything just went really fast. And then I got injured, so then I ended up tearing my patella a little bit in the knee. And that was one of my most brutal injuries, because it's been a very, very, very long struggle to come back from that.
Long road.
Yeah, I went to Sweden to try to like recuperate from it and get on a team just to have like that minutes. It was the second team of Sundsvall in Sweden, and that didn't go well either.
No.
A bit of a disaster. The club doesn't even exist anymore.
Oh,
so yeah, and then I ended up signing. I was gonna play with the USL Championship team in the US.
Okay.
3 years ago. It was at Charleston Battery, and there was a disaster with the paperwork and disaster with communication within the coach and the board, and I ended up getting nothing in March, and I was lucky that I needed a player and they had a good contract to offer and a good ambition to go up that year, and so yeah, I came twice in 2022. Yeah.
But just rewind a little bit, because you talk about the national team. How many national games do you have for Nicaragua?
I think on record I have 9, but unofficial I have, I think, 11.
Yeah, so like friendlies and stuff
friendlies,
like that. Yeah,
non-FIFA and stuff like that.
But we have to talk about like one game especially where you played against Messi.
Yeah.
How was that?
I mean, the way I describe it is kind of like a video game, like a VR game, you know.
Yeah.
And it's like I don't really remember much of the game.
No.
It's like when I watched the pictures or the video, then I remember, of course, specific plays and stuff. But I think the adrenaline was so high. I was high on caffeine.
Oh my
I was so focused. Like, I think I didn't really enjoy it as much as I should have. I think in the moment, but yeah, I mean, of course I remember specifically one play. Like, they were just passing the ball between the back line, and I just felt like I was zoning into a VR game, you know. Like, to my left I have Messi, behind me I had Agüero, in front of me I have Paredes, Lo Celso, Otamendi, and they're passing the ball, and I'm just like,
what year was that?
Where am I, you know?
Yeah,
like,
what year was that?
2019. It was right before the Copa America.
They won.
Yeah.
Shit. But the players, I was recognized like the
2020. Yeah.
It was like it was Messi, Agüero. You were playing not only against Messi, but it's like this has to be the best team you played against.
Yeah, definitely.
Yeah.
I mean, even if I play another national team with high caliber, like even like let's say Brazil or something, I think this team will never. Like, no other team will go on top of this team as the best team I've ever played against, because that team had still Agüero, you know, and coming off the bench, halftime, the score was 2-0. Messi scored both goals. We managed to hold 0-0 until minute like 35.
Okay.
And then I said, okay, Messi's off and Agüero's off. That's gonna be good. But then when I looked to see who's coming in, it's Dybala for Messi and Lautaro Martinez for Agüero. So
decent players.
Yeah, you have two of the most elite players of all time coming in for two of the most elite players. You know, so then, and they have something to prove, because Messi and Agüero have nothing to prove. But Dybala and Lautaro are tanks, and they have everything to prove for that national team.
But how did the game went?
We ended up losing 5-1.
5-1.
Yeah,
okay.
I came out minute like 60 something, 70. We were losing 2-0.
2-0. Yeah.
So I always say that I got off with Messi scoring both goals. The best player of all time. I can't do much about that. So,
but it was like the qualification game, or was like just a friendly?
So it was a friendly cup that was created. Was created within, like, I think some teams in South America, and we got invited to just play that friendly cup. I think it was just a made up cup for them to get like that
games in.
And that like activation of like winning, you know, right before a big tournament, because it was the game right before the Copa America for them, and for us the Gold Cup, because we went to the Gold Cup, which is like the equivalent of La Copa America but for Central America and North America. So USA, Jamaica. We all have our, like, North America has a cup, which is the CONCACAF Gold Cup, and then South America has the Copa America.
But now,
which is the equivalent of the Euros.
But now it like because it's just finished now. Like Canada and USA, and they played in the
So a couple teams got invited, like Jamaica, Panama, USA, and Canada. They got invited to play in the Copa America. That? I mean, every year, every Copa America, you get invitations. You've had Qatar play before or stuff like that. Or maybe some Asian team. So it's cool though, because it kind of creates like a bit of a
get something new,
like a World Cup, like a mini World Cup, you know. Because Euros doesn't even do that. Euros just the Euro Cup, you know. But the fact that South America does that, it's actually really interesting.
You watched the final? No, Argentina.
Yeah, of course. I was up to 3 in the morning.
You have to wait longer.
Yeah, it was in Miami, so
Yeah.
I'm from Miami, so
it's longer. Yeah, but also the delay before the game. And,
yeah, it was crazy.
Yeah.
Fans getting into the air vents and breaking the stairs
Yeah.
and everything. It was crazy,
It's-
ridiculous.
and they're gonna host the World Cup soon, so it will be interesting if they can manage that. But okay, you went. That's like 2019-20 when you
Yeah.
played against Messi.
Yeah,
Is that the top of your like career? Or
Yeah,
is it,
yeah,
like,
that's-
just the best.
I would
like-
say that's my peak of that time.
Yeah.
And then right on that border, right after the Gold Cup, I tore my patella.
Yeah. So,
I think it was just too much for my body, the travel and everything, and
Yeah.
playing again.
but is that because you said like it's a long road, like it's a long recovery and stuff like that? Is that do you have like a big injury record, or are you like injury prone or anything like this?
I mean, before that, no.
no.
But since that injury,
Yeah.
I've had issues and problems because
Yeah.
you start to adjust your body to not feel pain, and then
Yeah.
you end up pulling something else or injuring something else. And you know, my knees have never been the same since, but I've finally been able to kind of like get that going, and with the right trainers and stuff. Like I was really lucky to fall into the hands of a really good friend of mine in Miami, he's the owner of Crown Performance, which is like athletic performance in Miami.
Mhm.
And you know, they coach big players, you know,
Mhm.
even Douglas Costa
Mhm.
was there,
Mhm.
and training them, and he helped me recover the muscles around the knee and kind of get that confidence back in the body, you know, not so much like playing style, just in the body. And then over the last 2-3 years, it's been trying to get that flow back playing wise,
Mhm.
you know. So yeah.
Yeah, is that what I see on Instagram? The
Crown Performance. Yeah. He's
So they helped you like.
his name's Roger. He's huge. He helped me tremendously with the confidence of football and
Yeah.
like getting back into it, and you know, helps with nutrition, sleep, everything. Like, he's a performance coach, so
Mhm.
it was huge to be lucky enough to have him through that time. And also, like, I felt like I was really unlucky with the coaches and stuff that I had dealt with previous years. So
Mhm.
like, having him help me come back from that was really important, and that was the whole reason of me coming back to Ír this year, because I wanted to go back to a team that had something they wanted to fight for,
Mhm.
had an order, had a united group, and
Yeah.
that's exactly what Ír has.
Yeah.
You know, a really close, united team.
momentum and.
Yeah, but I think more importantly, it's like guys willing to fight for each other. You know,
Mhm.
you can have the best players in a team, but it won't work if they're not gonna fight for each other, fight for
Yeah.
you. And they took me in open hand, open arms, and we've been doing well since, I think.
Mhm. Yeah. So you played 2 years at Ayr.
Yeah.
In 2022, you went back. You went to the third place. Do you remember the games against Ír that time?
Yeah.
The home game
Yeah.
in
That we lost.
the first game with Árni.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Hey, Oliver reminds me of it because he scores
The winner.
the winner goal that goes through me, because I jumped with everything to stop it,
Yeah.
and it goes through me, through our center back,
Yeah, really. Okay.
through our other center back,
Okay.
and it goes through the bottom right corner.
It was a good game.
Yeah, it was a great game.
Yeah. And it was pretty strange, because I'm not just gonna talk like much about, because we want to talk about the year, but it was pretty strange. We talked about a little of record. Like, you got in the third place, which usually isn't enough to get promoted.
Yeah.
But then one team got like, I don't know, demoted, or how am I supposed to say it in English? But with
Demoted,
Kortringir,
yeah.
like bankrupt, or not bankrupt, but you don't know what.
Yeah, they had their
demolished, but-
financial issue.
Yeah.
And
But then you got promoted, and I don't know, like, it was 3 or 4 months or something like that. Was that anything strange in particular, like being preparing for the?
yeah, I mean, Ayr was fighting to go up regardless. You know,
Mhm.
like in half season that year, we were second place by a good margin,
Yeah.
but we didn't change anything. So
Mhm.
the second half of that season became very difficult, because you already played every team once. They know how you play.
Yeah.
They know how you are. They realized, okay, Ayr is not just a little club. They're actually fighting for something. So
Yeah.
then teams come with a different mentality to you. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So I ended up understanding that, but as a club, we weren't able to adjust to it. So we started to lose a lot of points, massive points. We also had to travel a lot.
Yeah.
You know, that league is
Yeah.
a lot of travel. And that year we made it far in the cup as well, against we lost
Yeah,
against
you won.
Kawa.
Yeah.
We beat Fylkir.
Fylkir as well. Yeah, was
Yeah,
that?
yeah. We beat Fylkir in the cup, and then we lost to
3-1.
to Kawa in the in the quarterfinals.
Quarterfinal. Yeah.
And so in that time, we had to travel to Akureyri twice, and to Egilsstað once, all within 2 weeks.
In the cup. Yeah.
Yeah. So like it was crazy. It was crazy travel. But, anyways, I mean, for me, it was. I knew what I wanted. I wanted to go up, you know, and we always knew that there was that possibility because of everything that was happening with Hvernig. So like, we knew that the possibility of us playing. You had it in the back of your mind. Like, yeah. We knew that the possibility of playing in Lincoln was high.
Yeah.
And that's like a big reason why I also chose to re-sign with Yfir, because it was enough to be able to stay with a club that I knew.
Yeah.
And then play in a better level that I've played before and I know very well. So it was really exciting at the moment, you know. But I don't think the club was ready for it.
No.
You know, I think you say you want it, but you're not ready for what comes with it. You know, the demand of being in that league.
Yeah, but I remember because like it wasn't like if you look at the league table like now, you would think like Jesus, they were shit. But like I remember watching the games. It wasn't like you give every team a good game. It was like always this close. It was
yeah.
One terrible goal, like especially in the first game against Félaginu. I remember I went there, took the game. It was like
we lost on a penalty minute.
It was a controversial penalty decision. That it was always something like that. And Njarðvík away. Yeah, I remember that very well.
Yeah, no, definitely. Like we have a great players. We had a good coach. Like we had good thing going. I just think we didn't have enough to be able to really adjust to being able to say, okay, we're gonna be in this league and fight for it. You know what I mean? Like, so I think in that sense we were ready, but we had the players. Like player for player, I think we were really good. Yeah. And like you said, like we didn't lose. The only game, we didn't lose a game in Lincoln that badly. I think besides maybe I think away.
Yeah, Betri in the last game or something.
Correct. But at that time, you know, everybody kind of already gave up. It was kind of a disaster what was happening within. But we gave everybody a fight. You know, like many games were like that Fjölnir game that we went to overtime and lost 1-0 or
a dodgy penalty and
or a dodgy penalty or offsides or something happened. You know,
red card. Yeah.
But that's what happens when you don't prepare for everything. You know.
Yeah. And also like luck, you like to earn the luck to like you earn the luck. It's like nothing.
Of course, you gotta work for it. You know, like the more you work for it, the more the luck goes into your favor. You know.
But after that season, you went back to yfir. Like I remember, like because I didn't hear anything much about it that you were going to join, and then suddenly just before I think it was Fylkir
before Fylkir
in the Lengjubikarr. Then just like a couple of days or 1 week or something before, then you just I heard that you had just joined. Like how did it happen? You joined yfir?
Yeah, so I came and just through contacts spoke to Árni, I guess, and just started training with the boys. And I mean at that time I had lined up to train with other teams in the same league, and I guess gonna decide to see what was best for me and stuff. But I never even ended up training with another team. I just
You trained with yfir for some...
I just trained with yfir for about like 2 weeks and just really liked it. Really liked the atmosphere, the guys, and I guess what we were fighting for. And in the cup, the preseason cup, we were showing it. We were doing really well.
Going good results. And
we decided to just sign, you know.
Just try it.
I mean, it has nothing to do with money or nothing like this, because obviously is not a club that has so much funds and stuff. It was more about getting back to like just playing, you know, and just having that like freedom. And like I said, it was a long journey with my knee coming back and stuff. And so now my biggest thing is to just help this team and help the young guys understand their role and help them develop and help them give everything to win every game we can.
Yeah, you talk about like the preseason. Like we had a very good preseason. Like also result wise, as I said, but also like performance wise, we were good, showing good performances and games.
Yeah, definitely. I was already training with the team when we played Þróttur, Fjölnir,
Í Reykjavík móti, já.
And then I played against Fylkir.
Yeah.
We played against Valur. We did a phenomenal performance against Valur. We lost.
Yeah, we
So
got
on
2-0 up
paper-
and then,
Yeah, on paper it doesn't look like we did so well, but
yeah.
we did really well. You
Yeah.
know. I just like. I think we thought maybe as a team we accomplished something, you know,
Mhm.
and it doesn't work like that. You have to, and I think we've realized it. So like, hey, we need to wake up, you know, and every game is a challenge. Every game is a final.
Yeah.
So that's the kind of approach we're taking now.
Yeah.
So that's why now I feel like we're on a good run, and we have to take advantage of that and understand that it's taking it game by game.
I think also like that's the different. I thought about when we got promoted. Like that's a different. That last season, because last season, like with full respect to those clubs, it was like KF, Sindri at home.
Yeah.
Like it was like you knew you were gonna win that game by 2-3 goals. Like
Yeah.
it was like just the demand. But
Yeah.
now it's like the like the worst quality of the opponent in this league is the best last league. Like it's the best team last year. That's
yeah.
like
Correct.
you could say that's the worst or the least quality or least
Yeah.
talented like team this year.
Yeah, but I mean that's what happens when you get promoted.
Yeah,
You know what I mean? And
yeah.
but that's exactly why I say like getting promoted just isn't enough. You have to be prepared
Yeah.
to get promoted again,
Yeah,
even if you don't get promoted.
yeah,
Just because you're going up against, like you said, the worst team in this league is the best team from
yeah.
the last year. You know what I mean? Like, and then you also have the chance of being promoted again. But in order to do it, you have to act
Yeah.
and train and play like a team that's already promoted.
Yeah.
Because we're going up against teams that have been wanting to get promoted for years. You know, you have Afturlending, Thor, you have many teams,
Yeah.
Fjölnir, that have been wanting to get promoted for years.
Yeah.
So, like, they're obviously fighting for something a lot more than just this year.
Yeah.
So we have to, like, double that to just be able to survive,
Yeah.
and triple it to just be able to say, okay, let's reach playoff
Yeah.
and actually fight for something.
Yeah. But like we started the season, because just going through the season now, we started good against Keflavík, 2-1, just phenomenal game.
Yeah.
But like it was like sort of after that. I mean, yeah, we showed a good performance against Grindavík, though we somehow just managed to get 1-1 draw, and we are equalized in the 90th minute. But like, why do you think like it fell a little bit off, like in the Leiknir game, in the Dalvík game, in the
Yeah, I mean, I think
Þróttur and stuff.
I think it's always easy to say like oh my god, this is what everyone expected
Yeah.
Ír to do
Yeah.
bad, you know,
Yeah,
like
yeah.
their run finished,
Yeah.
their good luck finished.
Yeah.
It was just, but I think we needed that to be able to wake up, to be
Yeah.
able to say like, okay, we haven't achieved anything just
No.
because we beat Keflavík in the first game.
Yeah.
Doesn't mean nothing, you know what I
Yeah.
mean? So we kind of had to like get hit in the face in that sense and be able to adjust, because we're still adjusting, like every team, you know, like every game is different, and we're trying to find the best players to play the game, you know, and sometimes you're not in the starting 11, but you have to realize that it's for the best of the team.
Yeah.
It's understanding to help the young guys understand that,
Yeah.
to help them understand, even if you get 2-3 minutes,
Yeah.
just give it everything you got, because we're fighting for something greater than just you playing 80 minutes, 90 minutes, you know.
Yeah.
So it was a bit of a learning curve, because we're new to this league. Ír hasn't been in this league for 7 years. So in the league process, we're new.
Yeah.
So we're learning.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
But I think we're taking it in a positive way. We're learning in a positive way. We're sticking together, and that's more important. Yeah.
I think also it's good because like I think what is good, like, because the games I watched now, the last couple of games especially, like against Fjölnir, we concede a goal, but like instead of like, I don't know, like we just respond.
Yeah.
We don't let that goal, like we don't like sleep on that goal. It was just like heads down and stuff like that. We just like, okay, just straight in. Also against Grótta.
Yeah.
I mean, we played shit. Then I think we did 5 subs, and after the 5th sub, then we saw something like happened. Little bit against Thor as well.
Yeah.
But we didn't manage to get the winning goal, which was amazing, truly. But
I mean, I think, like I said, we're learning. And
yeah.
just like we're learning,
Yeah.
so are the coaches.
Yeah.
You know, so when I say we, it's everyone in the club.
Yeah.
Even the board.
Even the board.
You know, like we're all learning.
Yeah.
So like, of course we make mistakes that we, from the outside you can just be like, oh my god, it's so obvious. But from the inside it's a mistake that it's so difficult to adjust in the moment, you know. So like, we're trying to find the best team in every moment, in every scenario. Every game is different, and every game requires something different of our team. So I think it is difficult to say like, oh, okay, why didn't we do this or this in the games we lost, or why didn't we play like that from the beginning in the games we won, you know. But it's just how it is. It's football, and this league is so close that it's so competitive, you know. From the last team to the first team, anyone can beat anyone. And I think we have to just use that momentum.
But like because we're on a good run now with Keflavík next game. We talked about the first game we played against Keflavík. It was it's a close game. It was like tight. It was like we managed to get the second goal before halftime, and we just played fantastically in the second half. But like just this run now, like we just like talked about in the last couple of games, like we lost against Þróttur, Njarðvík and stuff like that. Like we're just like getting used to it, like learning, like stepping up. But like now I feel like especially in the second half, it's like I think we have scored 3 goals in the last 4 or 5 games in the second half. So we've got 3 goals against Grótta in the second half, 3 goals against Afturðing in the second half, 3 goals against Fjölnir in the second half, and now 3 goals against Grindavík in the second half. It's like we're ending the game. We're like finishing the games so well.
I mean, of course, it would be better if we can just start the game that way, you know. Like,
but we did it also against Grindavík.
I mean, we played Grindavík. I think we could have been up 4-0 in the first half.
I think after 10 minutes, I think I counted like 7 like shots on target or something like that. It was like always just.
I mean, like I said, you know, like we're a team that works hard, that work for each other, and I think we just have to keep using that momentum of winning and understanding what it takes, and it takes to the last minute, to the last game. Now it doesn't mean you're gonna win every game, you know, because you can say, oh yeah, but you lost really badly against Þróttur. Yeah, so what? That's one game. You know what I mean? We lost one game. Put it aside and keep going. The best teams in the world lose games. You know, you can have the best team. You can have Man City losing to Burnley, and you're saying like, whoa, what's? They're not gonna win the league. But it doesn't matter. You're gonna lose games. That's part of it, especially in a competitive league like this one, where the first team can lose to the last team. So you're gonna drop points here and there. You have to acknowledge that.
Always.
It's just being able to like, okay, learn from it, throw it aside, and then build from it. You know what I mean? And I think we're doing that.
Are you okay after the Grindavík game? You went like a head bandage or something?
Yeah, I got a couple.
And you were down for a long time.
Yeah, I got a couple stitches. I got like a light concussion. I haven't trained, so.
No, you haven't.
No, I trained lightly yesterday.
Okay.
So I don't know today how it's gonna feel. I hope to train fully. Maybe put like a pad or something. So that I can play tomorrow for the Keflavík game. But I kept playing, I think, off on adrenaline. Because when I went to the hospital and when I got subbed, I went straight to the hospital. And when the adrenaline died down, it was like big headache, and I couldn't really see the light and falling asleep. So like, maybe it wasn't the smartest thing to keep playing, but
just pure adrenaline.
But it was fun. And I don't regret anything of it.
But what did you like lose concussion or anything like that when you like went down?
No, I didn't black out or anything.
No,
I just a lot of pain and like pumping on the cut side.
Okay.
Because I got elbowed on the head. And I lost a lot of blood. So
but you went. You're like okay now, like that. You'll just like you started training yesterday.
I should be fine. I mean, I think like I got. It's more like a really big bruise with a cut, you know. Obviously that's what it is, but it's on the head, so we have to be careful. If I feel any type of dizziness or any type of like discomfort, I have to come forward and not push it that much.
Don't take any risks with the heads and stuff like that. But that game, just like because we talked about, I got Christian Atli here in the last episode, and we talked about we talked about like the last couple of games, but like that game, and I think we also have to cover the afhverju game. Just gonna check it. Yeah, okay. We just talked about the afhverju game and stuff like that. But like the last game was not like the best whole performance of the season, because I feel
so.
I feel like in every like we played actually good against Fjölnir, but still it was some moments where we need to do like push up and something like that. But I always felt in a Grindavík game when we got the ball that we were gonna score. It was like or get a decent chance.
Yeah, I mean, I think the biggest thing right now is to not acknowledge the fact that we're 2 games in a row now where we're 0 goals against. You know.
Yeah.
So
clean sheets.
we maintain a shutout, clean sheet.
Yeah.
And that's crucial.
Yeah.
You know, that's crucial because it doesn't really give energy to the other team.
Yeah.
Teams get energy when they score, or when they get really big opportunities and so forth. So being able to do that gives us the ability to be able to go forward and to make errors or take chances up top.
The momentum is like with us.
Correct, but I do think it's one of our best games that we played from minute 0 to minute 90. I
like the whole performance, because it was like it never like went down, and it never like maybe it went up a little bit, but it was like I thought it was steady like the whole game. It was not really inconsistent.
The goals we got we deserve fully. So like because we maybe got lucky with the first goal, but we should have scored. Before that.
If you wouldn't have the ball in, Chico would have just done it or something.
And if not, we would have gotten another chance. Just like we did, you know.
And then
because we were on top of them to the point where like whether it's a rebound, whether it's this, we were choking them. So like a goal was gonna come regardless.
But like your goal, it was like I thought the Oliver Ellis the corner, the own goal that came like some 40 seconds or like 2 minutes in the second half or something. But like a couple of minutes later, Bragi gets a free kick, you get the rebound. I thought first that it was going like your shot because it was like to the post and in. I thought you were like not hitting the target. It was like you aimed for the
side.
For the side.
Yeah, I mean, I told Bragi like just kick it at the goal. Because the keeper was.
He like especially in the first time, every like shot he was just corner. Like
he was struggling to like hold it. So I said like I don't care, like don't try to hit the upper 90 or like the angle or like just hit target hard. And see what happens. And I was actually talking to Robbie and he was telling me like come back like for the and I said no because I told Bragi I want, you know, and lucky enough the rebound fell to me. And I saw like 3 or 4 of the players in front of me, so my first instinct was just to hit it to the side. But when I hit the post, I thought it was gonna be out. But I hit the post and went in luckily, so it was good for us.
It was good. Then you came off. You didn't finish the game.
Yeah, we scored the 3rd goal, and then I got off like minute like 70.
Yeah, it was late on in the game.
I think it was just necessary. Like I said, I got out and I went also straight to the hospital.
But that was what was the 3rd goal? Bragi. That was a good goal as well, and we could have scored actually more.
I got out right before the 3rd goal actually. Because Ali gave a phenomenal pass to Bragi. Phenomenal.
And then after the game as well, just a little bit about that as well. It was like it was not similar game, but still it was like 0-0 halftime, and then we won 3-0. But it was like I felt then as also that we played good, but the first half wasn't like, especially attacking wise, it was like I felt like we were just waiting for something to happen.
I think obviously I started on the bench that game, so it was a bit frustrating from the outside. It's always frustrating as a player to be on the bench, you know, but you try to support the guys and everything and just do your best when you can when you go in, you know, and I think that was my job, to come in and give energy and to pick up the guys, and luckily enough we were able to do that. I got a goal as well.
I gave you the goal. I think you had the goal as well in KC.
I think
because it was going on target.
The thing is, if the keeper doesn't touch it, I think it still goes in. So like, even though it wasn't like a true shot, it was going in regardless. So I think that's why they gave it to me at the end. Because
but you must have been shocked to see the goal go.
Of course. But you know, like I said, this league is so tight, it's so competitive that when the shot goes in, you take it.
Yeah.
It's like the own goal last game against Klingavik. Like you just take it. You just say like, you know what? Let's build on it. Let's keep pushing them. You can see the second that we scored, after Landing's body language changes. I start to make every run. We start to tackle, give more passes. We're on top of them. You know what I mean? So like it starts to become like a really important momentum. So at the end of the day, like I said, like it doesn't matter how it goes in. You just want to take it as long as you play well and stuff like that. Yeah.
Camp, like next game, we obviously talked about a little bit about the first game. It was like they won their last game. It's their second. It's win now this season, I think, or third or anything or something like that. But like it's one of the teams that maybe has been like hasn't been performing like it should be, or like hasn't been getting the results they should have been. It's like, can that be a little dangerous, because they have to I know we also have to win, but it's like it's like it's all under for them.
Yeah, I get you. I mean, they have a lot of pressure because they're a team that just came down to this league.
Yeah, and they're supposed to get back up.
Yeah, so they're a team that's supposed to be dominating the league, if you think about it, you know.
Yeah.
And I think that first loss against us was a big shock to them, but also to the league. So I think now they're playing catch up. They're chasing. We have to take advantage of that because we have nothing to lose.
Yeah, and we haven't. Talking about losing, we haven't lost at home.
Yeah, exactly.
It's
so
like
let's knock on wood. Let's knock on wood.
But
but it's just about fighting. It's just about working hard for each other, and just like I said, like it doesn't matter who comes. You can put Vikingur now to come to here, and I think we have to have that mentality of saying like, okay, we have to try to win. We have to try to push it. You know, we have to try to find a result regardless. You know, so tomorrow's game is. It's just that, like it doesn't change anything who we're playing against.
But I also love that, like just the teams and players that are coming to us, like they feel uncomfortable, like going to us. Like it's like they should have not been like, because I remember like I thought about like that before the season. Okay, we have to make our pitch. We have to make it like sort of place where people don't want to come.
Yeah.
And it was like, I think it was a survey before the season. It was like. I think it was for the players in Lengjadildin or something like that. It was like the stadium you are most excited to visit, and the stadium you're most least excited to visit. And I was like, do you really want to be the stadium
excited
on the top? It's is that a good sign or something like that?
Yeah, I mean, I think what helps us is that we have grass and you know, like we have great fans as well. I think we have one of the best fans in this league. Yeah, they come to every game and they push and scream, and that gives us energy, you know. And not only gives us energy, it brings down the energy for the other team. So I think that's something that we hold really good. Yeah, because even on like those stormy, rainy nights, like last game, we still have people out there and screaming and with drums and. So that's important, and I think teams know that. So I think they are dreading to come to play here. Yeah, to the grass. Yeah, you know what I mean. So like it's not gonna be easy for any team to come here.
I love that. But I gave you a little homework, just like I gave everyone a little homework, because I'm just like that. It's just basic stuff. I gave you to choose top 3 or top 5. Did you have top 3 or top 5? 3. So yeah, that's just good because we have also time and stuff like that. So just start with top 3 players that you've played with.
Yeah, so that's difficult.
Yeah, I think that's the most difficult.
That one's really difficult because every player that I've ever played with has benefited me in some type of way. You know.
Did you only play once with your brother?
Yeah. So he's on the list.
He's on the list.
Okay. He's number 1 on the list, but also because like. He's older than me. I've always looked up to him. He's always been my idol for football.
How old? Like
he's 5 years older than me.
Yeah, so he's 90 and you're 95. Yeah.
So he's always been like that reference for me in football, and he helps me a lot. We always talk about tactics and football and everything. So he's definitely there.
You watched this game last night?
Yeah. It's a bit of a struggle to see them play that way and pick it up at the end, but it's unfortunate. But they still have a lot of games to go, and they still have the next qualification round. So I think they just have to focus on that. Yeah.
Yeah, in the next game. Yeah, I agree. But
Yeah, so he's on that list, my brother.
third place, or do you have
First.
First.
Yeah, he's first.
Okay, I love that.
Yeah. I can't deny that.
Okay.
he helped me a lot during my time in IBV as well, because it was my first like professional contract. It was my first time being away from family. I mean, technically he was there. So but it was difficult. It was difficult, and I wasn't playing. I came from playing every minute in college, every minute growing up.
You have to like fight for each minute.
Yeah, but I felt like I was fighting, and I felt like I deserved to play, and the fact that I didn't was really like hurting me, mentally.
Yeah.
So he was a big help in that sense.
And also just like a big character in the Icelandic football like history, because he's like basically everywhere he has gone, he's won some trophies or stuff.
He's arguably the best foreigner that Iceland has ever had.
Yeah.
So and he's a legend in that sense. But I'm not even looking at that. Like, it's just what he's meant to be.
Yeah. For
personally,
you. Yeah.
Football wise.
Yeah, I love that. Yeah. And do you want to go to the second or third?
Yeah. So the other two, I haven't, like I said, there's many, but I put two particular ones because one was his name is Juan Barrera. He's a legend for Nicaragua national team.
For Nicaragua,
yeah.
Juan Mareja.
Juan Barrera.
Barella.
Juan Barrera.
Barella. Like the Italian.
Barrera. No L. Barrera.
Barrera. Ah, okay.
Barrera.
Oh, Barrera. Ah.
Barrera, yeah. And he helped me a lot also in my time at the national team, and just to see him and like the aura that he holds with the national team,
the respect or something,
the respect that everybody has for him, and stuff like that. Like the way he was that type of player that had the capacity to change a game. Like just you knew that
captain.
Yeah, he was the captain, and
so everyone looked up to him. And,
and he helped us go to the Gold Cup with a back heel goal.
Okay.
Stuff like that. So like he has that type of
he's a big figure.
Yeah. And so he was a really great player to see and witness and play with.
Okay.
And another one, he's a friend of mine. I put him down. I played briefly with him, but his work ethic and everything. His name is Brent Bronicle. He plays in the MLS now.
Okay.
He plays with Charlotte, and
from USA.
Yeah,
okay.
I played with him. We played in like off season in college.
Okay.
It was kind of like what USL 2 is now at the time.
Yeah. And he's now in MLS.
Yeah, he's in
Charlotte,
MLS, and he's a great player. He was somebody that maintained, how do you call it, like the work ethic, while still having obviously that ability of creativity and just natural talent. But
forward.
No, he was actually like an attacking mid.
Yeah, okay.
But became like a box
similar
to box.
to you.
Very similar to me. We played together in the midfield.
Yeah, midfield. Oh, okay.
But he showed also the world that like he was forced to play right back in his first years in MLS, and he did it. He didn't like pout or leave to another team. No, he fought for his spot, and now he's a big figure in Charlotte and the MLS. So
okay. So it's Pablo, Barrera, and Brent.
Yeah. So Pablo, Juan Barrera, and Brent Bronicle.
Yeah. But now the players you play against.
Yeah. So
it's not just the whole Argentinian team.
Yeah. I was gonna say that like I can't take away, just any player on that Argentina team could easily be, like
just Messi, Aguero, and Paredes.
I actually put Messi, Lo Celso, and Dybala because those were the players that I had to deal with.
You deal with
hand on hand.
Yeah.
Obviously, Messi was out of the world, but just the way he thinks and analyzes the field and he's explosive. Yeah. But Lo Celso for me was phenomenal.
Lo Celso, who like went to Villarreal and Tottenham.
Correct. Yeah. He gave the assist for the goal for the Copa America in the final to Lautaro Martinez. Yeah. His touch was phenomenal. Yeah. His way of thinking.
And you also have to deal with him.
Yeah. In my side, it was him and Messi. Yeah. So it was very difficult. But he's there, and then Dybala was obviously a phenomenal player, and he could control any ball that was hit to him. And
was he playing for Juventus then, or
he was playing with Juventus?
Yeah, with Juventus.
Yeah, no, it was crazy.
Jesus. Yeah.
And he's actually really big. Like
Yeah, he
body-wise,
looks like a
yeah,
some,
but on TV, like at that time, we used to obviously see them, and they were like, okay, not. He didn't look that big, but
Yeah.
in person, he was a big figure.
because also he's not that quick, or like
No,
he's
no,
not
no,
like
no.
he's not making like runs behind and
Yeah,
like he's
correct.
not.
I mean, he is fast, and he
yeah,
does
yeah,
have
yeah, yeah, but like
his power, but
yeah.
he's mostly power.
Yeah,
you know?
yeah, yeah.
Like it's really, it was really shocking to see how like much bigger he was in person.
Yeah.
But his control was phenomenal.
Yeah.
So yeah.
So it's Dybala, Lo Celso, and Messi.
Yeah.
It's a good list.
Yeah, good list.
And I didn't like give you exceptional much homework, but the top 3 games you've played in, or like just the moments or anything, like just the games.
Yeah, so I did put my first game with IBV because obviously that starts my
Icelandic
professional career,
Yeah.
So like that was a huge
Mhm.
that was a huge impact in my life.
Yeah,
And it was the cup. Actually, it was the first game of the cup.
Okay.
But it was the windiest game I've ever played.
Okay.
Like windiest game.
Yeah.
It
Any
was-
bivaf.
Any bivaf,
Yeah.
yeah, in Vestmannaeyjar.
Okay.
It was actually crazy.
Yeah.
It was actually like there was like a good 45 to a minute where people had to just stop because the wind was just blowing so hard.
Jesus.
So for me that was crazy.
Okay.
Then I would say maybe all my national team games,
Yeah.
because
You can't take one.
yeah,
like,
obviously Argentina was huge.
Yeah.
Like I can't throw that away.
Yeah.
Bolivia was huge. We went to play Bolivia in Bolivia, and that altitude and stuff like that, that was very difficult, but it was phenomenal. We tied them 2-2, and it was a great game to do, to have the Gold Cup, like playing in a big, massive tournament, representing a national team. That's huge, even though it didn't fully go how we planned, but you learn so much. And yeah, so all my national team games, playing in Croatia, like I have many games that just mean so much to me that I
You
can't
played
even
against Croatia?
No, I played in Croatia.
Yeah, sorry,
I played
yeah.
in the second
Yeah,
division of Croatia, and at that time, like I said, I was just coming off of that injury. COVID when it happened.
Oh.
So much stuff.
It was a down season for like the football. Just so, yeah.
Yeah, it was a difficult time period.
Yeah.
It was 2020.
Yeah,
So like
2020, yeah.
COVID just hit. My injury just happened. So it was a lot to take in.
Yeah. And the first, is that the first now?
Yeah, the first one was IBV.
Yeah.
Then against all my national team
Yeah.
games. And then I threw in there the first game of in the Croatian league because it was just a different type of quality and different type of.
Wait, what? It was like the second or third? No,
Second.
Yeah.
I landed in Venice and they picked me up, and it was actually a really great experience.
Where in Croatia?
It was Novigrad.
Oh, okay.
It's like a really small town in like that coast of Italy, like
Okay.
in the peninsula.
Yeah.
But it was a really, really great experience. Like I said, I was only there for a couple months because COVID hit, and COVID hit really hard in Italy, which later went to Croatia, But at that time, I just came to Iceland, actually. I trained with Vicky Good, with my brother, tried to stay fit, and then obviously, then my knee injury happened, so much stuff, and yeah, it's a lot.
So now we just finish it off with because you have to go and I also have to go in a couple of minutes. Just finish off with some questions. The first one, how is that the brothers, he's probably talking about Pablo and you, play for the different national team, or because you're different nationalities?
Yeah. So it's a bit confusing, but so my brother played for El Salvador, which is like my dad's nationality side, and I picked to play with Nicaragua, which is my mother's nationality side. But I did try, we grew up in Miami, so like we both played with the youth national team of the US. My brother actually played with the under 21s.
So he has caps for under 21 USA.
Yeah, he does. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. I never got official caps. I just went with the under 17s to the Mexico and to Argentina. We went on a camp, but it wasn't an official tournament. But that was so we grew up in Miami and with the US system, I guess. But I tried playing with El Salvador, but it was a disaster. Everything that was trying to happen, and at that time my brother was not in a good relationship with the national team as well.
Okay.
And
But he still gets calls up now.
yeah. No, now it's all, I think, better.
Yeah.
I guess in that sense. But at that time, Nicaragua came to me and showed me the plans they had, and it was really intriguing. You know, obviously we had Bolivia, then we had maybe like a big South American team. It could have been Ecuador. It ended up being Argentina.
Yeah.
Then we went to the Gold Cup. So it was a lot of good games and stuff that I had to take advantage, and it was a great experience. So like I don't regret picking my nationality, and I'm representing my mom, and that sense. So I love it. But yeah, that's how we both play for different nationalities. Yeah.
So it's your mom and your father who with different nationalities. He went to the
my father's from the Spanish, like Spain and El Salvador, and my mom's from Italy and Nicaragua. So
you went with your mother's.
I went with your father's side. Yeah. But I still have my father's nationality side in the sense of Spain as well. Yeah. So like, we're very good together. Like everybody, it's no competition in that sense.
How was it to play the first match for your country?
It was phenomenal.
What game was that?
The first official match was Guatemala.
Guatemala. Okay.
Yeah, Guatemala. I actually hit the post.
Okay.
It was a great experience. Like it was a very big. It was different, you know, because I played in Norway and stuff, and just like Iceland, you know, the fans you get, maybe it's like at most maybe 1,000 fans or something at most, you know.
That's special if you get that number.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. But then I went to play to Bolivia, and there was like roughly like 40,000 fans, 35,000, and that was, I couldn't hear anything. No. But I realized how much I really liked it, and hearing the anthem of Nicaragua and knowing what it means to my mom, and just being able to have that experience, I think was phenomenal because it was just crazy experience.
Most memorable moment as a pro?
I think Argentina.
You can't deny it.
I think I can't deny that.
You would be lying if you would say
something. Yeah, I mean, I grew up watching Messi, so like for me, he's always been my idol. I mean, I loved Ronaldinho, Kaká, even Cristiano, you know, especially in the Man United era. But I grew up watching Barcelona. My family comes from Barcelona. Are you
more like a Messi fan than if you would be a Messi or Ronaldo fan?
Yeah, Messi, 100%. Yeah. I respect Ronaldo, and I think he's phenomenal. For me, Messi is beyond what any football player has ever come to be. You know, so for me to be able to play against him was a dream come true. Was a really
something
big,
else.
It was just phenomenal. So
what would you say is the strongest part of your game?
I don't know. It's difficult because
like it's yourself talking about yourself.
No, and like I've changed a lot. You know, like I used to play when I first came to yvir. I was a winger. Winger attacking player.
I remember you were like not just like playing style, but also like just looking style. You were just whole different.
I had a mohawk. I was like flicking it over players, looking for clubby. You know, it was. I was a bit more naive in that sense, but over the years I've started to play more like defensive mid and box to box, and so I think my biggest attribute now is like my passing, but also the energy that I bring in, and the passing and the
also because like what I like, because what my thought is like coming in against Keflavík, and I think you came in against Afturling as well. I like changed a little bit like the attacking wise against Afturling, and also like going in against Keflavík. It's like finding that like pockets, like going into and in the space, working in small spaces and stuff like that.
I mean I definitely think that I'm really good at that, at finding pockets and helping other players' attributes show. So I think that's the biggest thing I think I could take.
And also now with the experience and stuff, you get better.
So I think it's not just what I bring 100% to the table as like physically, but I think what I bring that other players can shine off of, and I think that's worth more. So I think I could just say that for the biggest thing.
Do you have a team in the Prem?
Yeah, I'm a Liverpool fan.
A Liverpool fan?
Yeah.
Is that just like something you took up, or is like?
No, I mean like. For me, I only have one actual team, and that's Barcelona. My whole life, but I always watched the Prem, and I always liked a lot of teams. You know, I loved Man United when Ronaldo was there. Like it was, you would just watch the Man United games just to see him and
Yeah.
just to see that performance and stuff. But
Mhm.
I always liked Liverpool, so I just stuck with Liverpool because at the time, Lino Torres, Fernando
Yeah,
Torres,
yeah,
he
yeah.
played there, and I loved Fernando Torres growing up.
Yeah.
And I played for the national team of Spain, and I'm a huge Spain fan,
Yeah.
and my father's side of the family is from
Yeah.
Spain, so like, and then Suarez became like a huge figure, and I just always kind of liked Liverpool.
Yeah. Stuck with them.
Yeah.
Thoughts on léttir.
Ha.
Léttir. The like the ERB team, like the
Yeah.
Andre coaching.
Yeah. I think with Andre coaching, you already know.
Yeah.
No, I think, man, I think they hold the same standard that Ied has,
Yeah.
which is pretty interesting,
Yeah.
because they play in like a very like low league, But I think hopefully they can fight them to go up and then show that Ied as a club, because they're part of Ied, so. We're always there to support them, but
Yeah.
I love them. I
Yeah.
always see them training.
You watch the game or like?
I watched this year. I can't say I've watched many. I
Yeah.
only watched one game.
Yeah.
So yeah, but
How do you sit on the Andre, like, do you want
Coaching?
Do you want him to be coaching the team, or do you want him to it's like,
I thought
do
that
you
he,
sit on the fence, or?
no, I think he should have been a player, man. I think he should have been like
Player?
Yeah,
You
I think Andre could have been the keeper.
A keeper?
Yeah.
He was a striker with Léttir like 2017 or something.
Yeah, no, he's good.
You ever seen his goals record with Léttir?
I actually haven't. No,
No, I have to shoot.
You have to show me.
Show you.
Yeah.
2017. I don't think you have seen these numbers. But yeah, so you want Andre because
I want him to stay as coach.
Yeah,
Yeah.
in Léttir.
Yeah.
Because like he has been getting some criticism.
Good. Yeah.
Yeah. But like now they're showing a progress, they're getting results now and like goals and
But
stuff.
I think as a coach, you're always gonna get criticism.
Yeah.
It's very easy, like you win.
Mhm.
Oh, everything is really good. You can be the worst team in the world, but even if you win,
Mhm.
people say, no, they're very good.
Mhm.
Makes no difference,
Mhm.
But then when you lose, it's like, yo, that coach sucks, blah blah blah. We don't want that coach. So it's like, why
I
is
also,
it like that?
I also feel sometimes. I was just thinking about over the weekend when they were talking about like, also like in Lengedalen they were talking about those teams have been not doing good and those teams have been doing good, but it was like it's always like every team that is not good doing as they should have been in the Lengedalen, and when podcasts and people are talking about it, they always go for the coach.
Yeah, of course, because
It's always the coach's fault.
it's easy to go for the
Yeah.
coach. Now, do I think the coach is a big influence? Yeah, of course.
Yeah, he's
100%.
one of the most, if not the most, like important person. Like,
Yeah,
in the,
he is the most important.
Yeah,
person,
but
because
that's
he's
one
the one that
person-
moves the pieces.
yeah,
And put pieces together. And
Yeah.
sometimes pieces get moved that you're like, what the hell?
Yeah.
But I think if you just have a team that works for it, I think that's gonna overdo it. So like, even if the coach makes decisions here and there, like, you have to trust it,
mm-hmm.
and you have to trust that he's the person in charge, that he's the person putting the decisions. You know what I mean? So I think in this case, Andre, I think he should keep doing it.
Yeah.
And just use this as like fuel.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So you're Andrean.
Yeah.
Thoughts on the fans? You talked about them obviously earlier.
Yeah. I think, like I said, I think we have one of the best fans in the league.
Mm-hmm.
I think if we can get more people out, it would be even better.
Yeah.
But I think the fans that we have, the guys, the
I'm excited to
screaming-
see like the game tomorrow on Gaming Sleikni, because I'm hoping there will be a lot of people like.
Yeah. I hope a lot of people can come out. I hope the weather
Mm.
is adequate enough for people to come out and be able to have fun with that. But definitely we need the fans. The fans are a big part of our success for now, and so we have to keep building on that with them.
Mm-hmm. The last question: do you have a hobby, like outside of football or stuff like that?
Yeah, I mean, well, right now I work part time with kids, so I learn a lot with them. But
Mm-hmm.
hobby wise, I play the guitar. I play music, so I like listening to music, watching movies, Netflix. But the big hobby is just music.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But are you planning to do something like after football or stuff like that?
Yeah, I mean, I got a degree in business in the university,
Okay.
but I'm planning on maybe getting a master's, like a MBA in sports management, but not to be a coach.
Yeah,
to
just
be
like
a sporting director.
director.
or-
I think that's exciting to be like yeah, it's not like you're the coach like doing it. It's like you're like doing the
Yeah, I mean, I kind
like
of
taking
want to.
other decisions. Like
Yeah, correct. And like it's difficult. Like I know it's not gonna be an easy job and
Yeah,
stuff,
yeah.
you know. But it's I really want to be able to get a club and build a culture, you
Yeah.
know, because I think the most important thing for a club to have is culture,
yeah,
and I think that's the reason why some clubs succeed and some clubs don't.
yeah,
Sometimes it has nothing to do with the players. It
Yeah.
just has to do with the culture and what players you bring in, what coaches you bring in, what standard you live by, and stuff like that. So yeah.
We run out of time. Is there anything last you wanna tell? Like, just get the people to the next games, especially next 2 games or whole games.
No. I just hope they can come out and keep supporting us, because I think exciting times are coming for year, and we have to keep believing that, you know, keep fighting for that. Hopefully we get as much support as we can, as much support as we have been getting, not just in home games but in every game
Yeah.
we can, especially near the Reykjavik area.
Yeah.
And áfram hér.
Yeah, from here.
Yeah.
You're hoping to play against tomorrow because you talked about the
Yeah, I hope I can play at least. If I don't start, at least come on. Hopefully today feels good to be able to play tomorrow. Yeah.
From here.
Áfram hér.